Hello there everybody and welcome back to my F1 2021 career mode. We are home at Silverstone, the race which I attended this season, and I was so happy to attend it. But as a Leclerc fan, I was so gutted at the ending. I really thought he could have won that, and he should have won it. He deserved to win it, but you know what? The fact that he managed to finish P2, despite the fact that that car is nowhere near capable of fighting for the win, and he was managing issues all race. Brilliantly done. Brilliantly done. But anyway, we are now carrying on with career mode. If you haven't seen the last one from Austria, you know what? Please spare me viewing that one, because it was just miserable from start to finish. We picked up pretty much nothing from that race, and I say the fact that we picked up pretty much nothing because we retired. But anyway, we're now going around Luffield, and if you look to the left, that is where I was sat all weekend for the Grand Prix weekend. I had so much fun going. But anyway, we're now trying to get out of Q1, and we're pushing as hard as the car will let me go. Like, I'm really going for it. I'm really going out on my way to try and get through it. And you know what? I'm not sure that's enough. I'm not sure that's enough. So we're going to give it one final crack. And you know what? That, I felt I nailed absolutely perfectly. The Maggots and Beckett sequence. I don't think I carried it as well through my previous laps as I did there, but I felt like I nailed that, and I felt like, you know what, at this point I was feeling this lap. This was the lap of my career mode so far. And as we now head out of club, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be P11, and that should easily be enough to get me into Q2. And you can see me weaving because I was so happy with that lap.
Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone Circuit for today's Grand Prix. The 3.6 mile long Silverstone Circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and Copse flat out. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Ricciardo, Norris, Max Verstappen and Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, Stroll, Vettel, Esteban Ocon, Joker, Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, Antonio Giovinazzi and Fernando Alonso, Markelov, Russell, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
See, I did go out in Q2, but obviously I didn't show it because it wasn't as a strong lap as the Q1 lap was. But anyway, we're about to be going Silverstone. The lights are out and it is away we go. And that's not how the starting commentary goes. David Croft would just be so ashamed of me. But we've gone round the outside of what I think is Vettel. We're now having a dive up the inside and seeing how many of these we can take. We're struggling with the Alpine on our left, but I'm giving it everything and trying to hang around the outside to get him, and I have got him. That is P11 for us at the start, and we are right behind Pierre Gasly in P10. So a great start for us, a strong start for us, and hopefully I can start to chase down Pierre Gasly if possible. I'm not really sure about the race pace of this car, as I really felt like the qualifying lap I really extracted something special from the car, and you can see there we're already starting to drop back a little bit from Pierre Gasly, and I've made a very slight mistake there going wide. That's going to allow Ocon a look on the hanger straight. He's going to have a look round the outside. I'm trying to hold the inside line, and Ocon, well, well, Stroll now even sticking it up the inside there. I'm not quite sure what he thought he was doing, and now he's pitted, so he must have sustained some damage from that. But I was really surprised to see Stroll sticking it up the inside there. But yeah, so that happened. We've now got Ocon and Raikkonen behind us as we fight for P11 and fight to stay in it, because you never know what could happen ahead. And if we lose one car, then this is the fight for a points paying position, and I do not want to risk losing that. Ocon now having a look at me on the hangar straight. I'm defending left, defending right. I've gone deep, and Ocon has now got me, but I'm now going to try and use my better exit to go up the inside of club corner. And that is the position back for us. Ocon getting out of my way there as he knew I had the corner. And yeah, that was quite an easy pass back there, but Ocon's not going to let me go, and neither is Raikkonen, who is behind him, and that is a little wider into Cops than I would have liked, and that's put Ocon right back on me again. He's now going to go round the outside of Maggots and Beckett's, but I'm pushing hard, and I'm not giving up easy, and somehow I managed to hold it there, and I've made another mistake going round there, and in fact I've got a warning for corner cutting, which was very much deserved. But I now got to watch myself, because the last thing I need when I've got cars right behind me is a penalty. Ocon is just not leaving me alone here at all. Although he's now peeled into the pits, and now the car I've got bothering me is Sebastian Vettel. He's on my left, but I'm going to go onto the inside and keep him behind me. So not quite the overtake there for Sebastian Vettel. But I'm really having to work hard just to keep this position here. And now Vettel's had a better run out of Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel, and he's got me down the hangar straight. But I'm going to once again try and get a decent exit out of there. I get another warning for exceeding track limits. I'm going to have a dive up the inside of Sebastian Vettel, who just pretty much jumps out my way, if I'm honest. I don't know if he locked up his tyre or not. But Vettel jumping out of the way, and we have now got P11 back again. But Vettel not giving up as I try to cover into Cops, and I've gone wide again, and that's going to allow Vettel back through. That has allowed Vettel through, and now we have to try and stay with him to have a shot at getting back past on the hangar straight or club. But as you can see there, Vettel's already just got the momentum on us, and he is half gone. And that is gutting, because I really thought we could hold him back. But alas, it is P12 now, and we've got to try and stay within DRS to have a chance at maybe getting him back a little bit later in the lap. Gasly now into the pits, and a few guys in front of us are pitting for their one and only stop, including Max Verstappen. We've now made our pit stop, and we've actually made it a lap before Vettel. We weren't due to come in till lap 12, but I thought we'd come in a lap early, and I was going to just try on this out lap as I blatantly crossed the line there. I didn't mean to do that, but that happened, and we now try to get the undercut on Vettel, if that's possible. And with the lap we had, it wasn't a bad out lap. I was hoping it'd be enough, and you know what? It was just about enough to get back in front of Vettel, and I can imagine he was not best pleased to see, after the effort he went to make the overtake on me, he probably wasn't best pleased to see the Joe H2O racing car back in front of him again, as it meant once again having to fight to get past me. And I'm taking the very inside line there. I'm not wanting to give him the inside at all, but he's now got the outside, and I've understeered there. I'm taking the line. He's turned into me a little bit there, and luckily I don't think anyone sustained any damage from that, notwithstanding the fact that that was quite a heavy whack. But we're both lucky to not have damage, and we're now heading into lap 14, so we're only just halfway through this race. I'm already starting to get exhausted here. Vettel's now coming back at me. I'm going left, going the other way to try and fend him off. Vettel's now got the inside at Stowe. He's got the move done. But once again, I'm looking for the better run out of Stowe into club, and some late braking once again gets me back in front of Vettel. It is just a case of swapping and swapping back with me and Seb at the moment. We've pulled away actually from the Alfa Romeo, so that's a good thing. Vettel now, once again in the DRS on the hanger straight, coming back at me. I've gone to defend. He's gone into me a little bit there, and I don't know if that's done him any damage. Once again, hanging around the outside with the plan and intention of getting him at club. And once again, I've got the run, got the dive, braking even later there. I'm amazed I'm making the corner with how late I'm braking. But that's P11 back again, and I've never fought this hard just to keep 11th. I'm really going all out to try and keep this position. But Vettel is going all out to try and take it. Gasly and Tsunoda in the two Alpha Tauris are now quite a bit ahead of me. They're both like 10, 11 seconds in front of me now. So the key battle is me and Vettel for 11th. He's now coming at me into, I forgot what the name of that corner is, Brooklands. Sorry about that, I forgot very momentarily the name of that corner. Vettel coming at me there, but it just wasn't to be. I had the inside line, and now we're coming down the hanger straight again. I'm trying to cover. He's gone into me again, and I take the inside line, and again Vettel backing out. And I expect there were some very choice words being spoken into his helmet, and I think when he hit me then, that did damage to his car because he pitted. So now it's just a case of running my own pace and trying to keep a relative gap to the Alfa Romeos. And I was really, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of gutted that we were only 11th. I was kind of hoping one car would drop out and we'd maybe get a point in our home race. But this is still quite encouraging, you know, to be running at the pace where we're knocking on the door of a point. That is the race battle. Mercedes-McLaren, Mercedes-McLaren. And that is a harsh battle there. And I think Hamilton's leading that battle with Daniel Ricciardo in second. And I'm just, like I said, I'm encouraged at the fact that we had the pace in this race to knock on the door of points after the lack of pace we had in Austria, which I just put down to poor components. Nearly going off the circuit there, actually. But yeah, like in France, we have the pace to knock on the door and not be too far off the point. So it's an encouraging sign, and it is an encouraging step forward after the last couple of races have been a bit of a shit show, if I'm honest. Like France, we had a collision, and then obviously in Austria we had the issues that we had. So to come here and have very decent pace, being this close to the points, I'm taking that as an encouraging sign. But Lewis Hamilton's out of the race!
Right.
He was leading the way at one point, and it is home race heartbreak for Lewis Hamilton. So close to the end. He'll be gutted about that. But inside, I am dancing the conga because this means we move up into P10. And that puts us into the championship points. Incredible development at Silverstone. Gutting for Lewis Hamilton. He would be inconsolable if that happened IRL, retiring from the lead of the British Grand Prix. And Daniel Ricciardo has now gone on to win the race. Tsunoda and Gasly are having a massive ding-dong battle. I wish I'd stopped to take a look at that, but I was too busy being ecstatic at the fact that we are now running in P10. And after a couple of shockingly poor races, it is a point for Joe H2O Racing. We get P10, we get a championship point. Get in there.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
A beautiful performance from McLaren today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure, and no doubt they'll be celebrating tonight.
So Daniel Ricciardo getting his first win for McLaren then, and a brilliant win it was, but it's very unlucky for Lewis Hamilton, who retires from that race, and that doesn't help him in the standing, as Valtteri Bottas is running away with this first championship at the moment, it has to be said. It's a 1-3 for McLaren as well, so what a great race for them. Perez getting 4th ahead of Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz, the 2 AlphaTauris, and there we are in P10. Also, great display by Mick Schumacher in P14 there. That is a good drive from him. The Alfa Romeo's then just outside the points and not quite making it. But I am so chuffed with that P10. It does make a difference to us, and it is a nice shot in the arm after the last couple of races we have to get a point, especially at the home race of Silverstone. Well, I'm going to leave you with the standings and the highlights reel of this race. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and please join me again the next time I play F1 2021 Career Mode.